And you know that your marriage is in trouble when the wife says, you're only interested in one thing, and you can't remember what that one thing is. Now, I'm glad that Geraldine is laughing at that, because they say, if your wife laughs at your joke, you either have a great joke or a great wife. And I want to tell you, one out of two ain't bad. The joke wasn't that bad. Anyway, now, can I say a few words about the all-important person here today, namely my daughter? And I don't think that I am eloquent enough to express how I feel, because, Carol, you look absolutely stunning. And Mom and I are really, really proud of you, proud of everything that you have achieved, and the beauty of it, that you're not just beautiful on the outside, you're beautiful on the inside. And we are so, so proud of you, proud of all the things that you have achieved in life, proud of your degree especially. You have had many, many roles in life. You've had the role of a daughter or an athlete or a geologist or whatever the case may be, and it was an amazing experience for me to walk down the aisle with seeing my daughter so happy and so content, and we are so, so proud of you. And anybody who knows my daughter, and I presume that's everybody here, unless you have Kate crashed this party, in which case pay attention. My daughter is one in a million.
Here, here.
We are very, very proud of her, extremely proud of her. To say that we love her is an understatement. And if I get a little bit emotional, is because that I know that I have to face my bank manager on Monday morning. However, let me tell you a couple of things about my daughter. From an early age, she had a great affection for doctors, because she had so many. She was accident prone, to say the least. And when the kids were growing up, we had a saying in our house which was handed down from generation to generation. And my mother, Lord have mercy on her, used to say, when we would fall and scrape our knees or scrape our nose or our forehead, look, there won't be a word about that the day you get married. And when I had my children, and they fell and they scraped their ankle or their nose or whatever the case may be, I'd say, look, won't be worried about that the day you get married. Well, I've bad news for you, Carol. There will be words about that the day you get married. Now,
how about Johnny in front?
Last night, over the last couple of days, I scribbled down 177 incidents and accidents that you had, which I was going to relate here, except that list mysteriously disappeared last night. I'm not looking at anybody, it disappeared anyway, but I can recall a few of those. Like, for instance, the time that you were, working with Trevor Croke's stilts, and you fell off, cracked your head on the cement, and that was at the time when you were after having a row with Mother and you wanted to run off and join a circus. So, doing the stilts was the perfect thing to do. Or what about the time that you were riding? You just had learned to ride the two-wheeler, and you were riding from Sweeney's down to our house, and you fell over into Mother's roses, and those rose buzzes, they pricked pretty badly. I lifted you up and you dusted you down, and I said, you're okay, love, you're okay. Don't be worried about that the day you get married. And you shouted for me to say, I don't want to ever get married. Now, I knew those words would come back to haunt you. And then there was the other one, when you were up with your Aunt Anna's, and they were playing football with the boys and your uncles, and you were very, very small, and I had told the boys, look, keep your eye on the ball, and the ball went out of bounds, and you ran after it as
The
fast
neck.
as your little legs could carry
The
you,
neck- the
except you
neck
didn't
when
see
she
a
got-
low-hanging line that
Yeah.
caught you in the neck and pulled you back like a rag doll. Oh yeah, that was one time which didn't pay to keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah.
And finally, oh yes, the one that we all recall. Carol, from an early age, was very, very keen and interested in ponies and horses, and I had arranged with a friend of mine for her to ride a small, diminutive, beautiful, quiet little pony called Sandy. And he was all of that, except when we put the saddle on him, he then turned into a raging, bucking bronco, kicking, snorting, and he took off up the hill with Carol on his back. She didn't appear for about 5 minutes, and I went up to see where she was, and there she was coming back, covered in blood, and wait till you hear this, covered in blood and cursing. I didn't even know she knew such words. That effing pony tried to kill me! That effing pony tried to kill me! It seems the pony was small. The pony ducked under barbed wire, caught Carol here, yanked her off like a rag doll. And yes, that was one time when you were right. It was a pretty serious one, that one. But you survived it. Now, Carol, in conclusion, I gotta say that you're the...
Cheers!
I gotta say publicly, you are the daughter that every father dreams of rearing and raising. We're so proud of you, of all your achievements, and you have had so many. You have had a few rough times, but you worked through them, and you come out on the other side a better person. We're very, very proud of you. So is Mum. So is Mum. Very, very proud. As a matter of fact, I better say and compliment your Mum, Geraldine, because she has been a caring and a loving mother whose influence has shaped your life. And we want to thank her in particular for the job that Mom has done.
To Geraldine.
To Geraldine.
Geraldine.
And finally, yes. Can I make a couple of observations?
Now,
Can I?
you're wet. Come on.
Get him on.
Can I make? Well,
Dad?
first of all,
All right.
the toast is here's to
The band are going.
the father. Here's to the father-in-law's daughter. Here's to the mother-in-law's son. Here's to the vows that they've just taken and the marriage that they've just begun. And finally, can I just say a couple of observations and finish with an Irish toast. An Irish toast. And this is
it.
genuinely this.
Okay.
Not cheers.
To bring a little bit of culture into this gathering, I'm going to speak a little bit of Irish. As they say, Gonairi and Moher Lat, which means, may the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May God hold you in the palm of his hand. And may you be in heaven a half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. To Carol and Tor.
Carol.
Hey.
Cheers. Lunch.
Don't you?
Sláinte.
We're never getting married.